To jump out of windows to survive. We have the latest on their condition tonight.
And leaders of our neighboring countries are pushing back against President-elect Trump's plans to increase tariffs on their products. Tonight, the Canadian Prime Minister taking matters into his own hands.
We are in the final hours of Black Friday, and the deals are still flowing. Thousands kick-starting their holiday shopping, spending hours at the mall. Now on the news at 10. Good evening, I'm Micah Ullman.
And hi there, I'm Courtney Friel. Cher has the night off. A heartbreaking start to the holiday season for a Colton family as fire consumes their home, forcing children to jump from windows in a desperate attempt to escape the flames.
Several family members remain hospitalized tonight. KTLA's Rick Chambers live in Colton with more on the fire and the neighbor who risked her own life to save the family. Rick.
Yeah, Micah, when you look at the charred remains of this home, it is hard to believe an entire family on the upper floor somehow survived all of this. And as you mentioned, it is due in large part to the next door neighbor.
I heard the screams, so we went there and started catching babies from the window.
8 members of a Colton family, 6 of them young children, forced to flee their 2-story home in the early morning.
The neighbor was saying that they were trying to help them, that they were screaming for help, and they had no choice because they were all sleeping on the top level and they were all having to jump.
The kids, ages 2 to 13, sustained various types of injuries, but it's the 8-year-old boy with serious burns who is fighting for life.
I can't imagine having to tell a mother, toss me your kids. Toss me your kids, I will catch them.
Fernanda Cruz is proud of her mom's heroics during the first minutes of that blaze. The Cruz family next door had just returned from Mexico 5 hours before the fire. Sadly, they too lost everything.
I didn't know that my house was on fire. We were concentrated on helping our neighbors.
We had 4 exposure homes next to the home that took heat and smoke damage, and those individuals have been displaced.
More than a dozen Colton residents are being helped tonight by the Red Cross.
We need to do all we can to be there for them.
Han Hib is the local middle school principal. One of those children who jumped from the window is his student. Han now is organizing community support for the family.
Right now, these moments, we're not school officials at all, we're human beings. And if we can't connect in these tragic moments to love on a family, then what are we?
A family member says that the homeowner was refurbishing the floors of this 116-year-old house, but it's unclear if that had anything to do with sparking the fire. Investigators, though, are looking into it. Now we're told that mom and dad are still being treated tonight for smoke inhalation. 2 of their children, though, have already been released from the hospital, so that's great news. But it's little 8-year-old Nikolai, who is over at the Irvine Burn Center, that we're still worried about tonight. There is a GoFundMe that's been set up for the family. If you go to our website, we have a link there for you. In Colton, I'm Rick Chambers. Guys, I'll throw it back to you in the studio.
We feel for them all. Rick, thank you so much. Firefighters were able to put out a blaze that started at a church in the Harvard Heights area earlier today. The call came in just before 1 o'clock this afternoon on South Oxford Avenue. Crews discovered the fire was burning inside the walls, possibly spreading to a basement. 60 firefighters battled the flames for nearly 50 minutes. Fortunately, no one was inside and there were no injuries. Authorities are now investigating the cause of the fire.
The LAPD says a woman was shot to death in broad daylight in Hollywood. It happened just before 4 p.m. in the 6000 block of Barton Avenue. Detectives have made no arrests, but say there is no need for residents to be concerned. They do not believe the suspect is a threat to the public.
I would like to tell the community that we're working hard to make sure that there's no further threat to them. We do believe this is an isolated incident, and we don't think there's any further threat to the community.
Police say they are working to develop leads and bring the suspect to justice. The victim has not been identified.
Elsewhere, deputies are fired upon by an unknown subject in a wealthy Malibu neighborhood. LA County Sheriff's deputies were responding to calls of shots fired when they say the suspect turned the gun on them. The man barricaded himself inside a house and refused to come out. Sky 5 was overhead just before 2 p.m. as deputies began to surround the home on Carbon Mesa Road where the suspect was hiding. Residents who lived nearby were told to shelter in place as a SWAT team deployed. Deputies say the suspect surrendered on his own a couple of hours later and no one was hurt.
A man who pleaded no contest to sexually assaulting a UCLA exchange student last summer is sentenced to 10 years in prison. Police say 42-year-old Jeffrey Stotbrewer gained access to the university's Saxon Suites residence hall around 1:30 a.m. when a student let him in. He was later asked to leave, but returned an hour later. He broke into the victim's room and assaulted her while she slept.
First, it was Trump appointees for his administration. Now it's Democratic representatives from Connecticut receiving bomb threats and swatting calls. Reps Joe Courtney, Jim Himes, John Larson, and Johanna Hayes are among 7 lawmakers in Connecticut who received bomb threats while celebrating Thanksgiving at home. Law enforcement responded but found no evidence of bombs and that the lawmakers' families are safe. The threats of violence came a day after several of President-elect Donald Trump's cabinet picks and appointees received bomb threats, as well as swatting attacks.
The leaders in Mexico and Canada are scrambling following President-elect Donald Trump's promise to impose stiff tariffs on imports on his first day in office. Mr. Trump has said the tariffs will force both countries to stem the flow of migrants and illegal narcotics into this country.
The leaders of Canada and Mexico argue those tariffs will be economically damaging on both sides of the northern and southern borders. Angelique Hockaday joins us live from our news center with how the leaders are reacting tonight. Hi there.
Yeah, Micah and Courtney, leaders from both Mexico and Canada have spent all week trying to make sense of what a possible 25% tariff would mean. And tonight, a bold move by Prime Minister Trudeau to meet Trump on his home turf.
Prime Minister Trudeau.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was seen leaving a West Palm Beach hotel Friday afternoon to reportedly meet with President-elect Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago for dinner. The meeting comes just days after Trump threatened tariff hikes on goods coming from Mexico and Canada, calling for a 25% tariff on all products sent to the U.S. as part of his effort to tackle illegal immigration and drugs.
I had a good call with Donald Trump last night again.
On Monday, Trudeau spoke to Trump on the phone, calling the conversation good, but later said tariffs on Canada would mean raising prices for Americans and hurting American business. Top exports from Canada to the U.S. are energy products, consumer goods, and forestry products like lumber. For Mexico, it's vehicles and vehicle parts. Both countries struggle to compete with China's ability to produce low-cost goods. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum spoke to Trump on Wednesday night. Trump posting about their conversation on Truth Social, writing, Sheinbaum agreed to stop the migration through Mexico.
Todo esto se lo planteé al presidente Trump y le dije,
On Thursday, Sheinbaum said in a press conference that she raised the issues of immigration and drugs with Trump and told him Mexico has a strategy in place and it's being taken care of in our country. Although what that strategy is was not immediately clear.
The Prime Minister has been very clear.
Hours before Trudeau landed in Florida, Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland addressed the tariff issue at a press conference in Toronto, saying the agreement that was negotiated during Trump's first administration should remain in effect.
There is an opportunity for all of the NAFTA countries to work together to have a fully aligned policy on China to protect all of our workers.
Now, neither country has made any decisions on what their next move is, but Trump has promised these tariffs will take effect on day one of his